Another thing you'll want to do in your presentations is work with images. So I'm just going to tap on one of these slides. When I created these slides, I chose one of the image templates, and I could either use their standard kind of layout or I can modify it on my own, a little more freestyle. So to show you the first option of how you do this, I'm just going to tap on down in the bottom corner of each one of these images that are their placeholder images. There's a little plus sign. I'm going to tap on that. The very first time you do this process, Keynote is going to ask if it can access your photos, your camera roll. Tap OK. And now here is one of the images that I have in here, and I use this one in the Pages presentation also. Here is the sign from Central Office. So I'm just going to add that picture, and it'll show up there automatically. From here, I can drag the handles, and notice what happens. It's showing the scale, and it's also giving me some guidelines that I can look at to see if I have it centered. But I could resize that image just by doing that. Since I have an image selected, I can now go to my Format Paintbrush up here. And this will allow me to go in and adjust my style, so I could add shadows or use some of their default pictures here. I could go under Style Options for more choices dealing with the border and effects. I could tap on Image. This is where I can edit the mask. And the mask is kind of like the frame, like how much of your picture is being shown. So if I tap Edit Mask, you'll see here I can now drag these handles out. Now there's other images in the way. I'll move those in a second. But I can now drag it out so that my picture, you can now see more of it. I could just move these other images by tapping and dragging to place them where I want. Say I want to delete one of these pictures, I just hold my finger on it, tap it once, and hit delete. So here is my image. Going back to that Format Painter, you also have the ability to do what's called Instant Alpha, and this helps you remove a certain color. So say I want to get rid of some of the blue on this background, I can just drag my finger. You see how it's changing those colors? So now when I release that and say done, it will completely remove that blue that I selected. Now I don't want to do that because it makes it hard to read my sign, so I'm going to tap undo at the top, and it's back to normal. So that's a process called Instant Alpha. It's a really neat way to kind of work with some of your images. The last part here is arrange. You may need to flip your image horizontally or vertically. You can do that. You can also lock your image so that you don't accidentally make any changes to it. Anytime you're working with images, if you place two fingers on your image and then rotate, you can skew your image so it'll rotate it on your canvas. So that's working with just one of the images from their default. I'm going to go to a blank page here. Actually, let me add a blank page. So now we have a totally blank page. I might want to add an image without starting with one of their templates. So from here, I'm going to tap on the plus up here at the top. And I'm going to select my Media tab. And this will allow me to search my camera roll, so you can insert video or images. So I'm just going to put that picture back in there. And again, I can now drag this and I can edit this image using the format tools, so I can make it look as stylized as I want it to.